I am so excited. This is my first video response to Ferrari Girl. So excited to see this video on relationship and sex advice. So of course I have to make a response. So I have to say to anyone watching that the way I found Ferrari Girl Sarah was through Stickam, through Cowboy Cancer. And I showed up in the room and I mentioned, we're talking about what do we do for a living. And I say I'm a love coach. And I'll never forget, I see her webcam and I see her eyes just light up, like, what? And I talk a little bit about what I do. And I have not in a long time seen somebody so lit up about that. So then, we just go on and have our little Stick'em conversation. And this is in the WeLikeCakeSon room on Stickam.com. I'll put links in the sidebar. So then we just keep on talking, and then I don't think anything else of it other than, okay, this Sarah girl's cool. Everybody in this room is really cool. So then I see a new video from Ferrari Girl in my latest videos thing on YouTube.com homepage. You're already a love coach on your own channel. I think that's awesome. So, woo! So this is only the first video I've watched, so I am going to watch a whole bunch more. But I at least wanted to post a video response now because I have something to say. Here are my opinions on all of this. I want to add to what you said because I think you said a lot of really great things. One of the things you talked about was that sex should be saved for someone special. And right now in society, that's changed. Our view of sex and relationships has changed a lot. Everybody's moving in together statistically. Everything's changing. And people are having sex before marriage all the time. Well, I have pretty liberal views in general, as most people know. So I had to look at that myself. Because with Dave, my husband, we had sex like on the first date. But at the same time, we had some experiences that had us still learn the same lessons that people learn by saving themselves. So I had to think about that a lot, because here I have this great marriage that was built on having sex on the first date, and we turned out great. So then how does it work? Why, is it coincidence? Is there, what's the deal, right? Here's what I began to realize. It's not the actual sex or in saving it that makes a relationship great. It's that you create a promise to yourself, whatever that promise is. And then you keep that promise to yourself. And your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend works with you to help you keep that promise. That's what makes the relationship great. So whatever that promise is, if it's something that's really, really, really important to you, and you successfully keep your promise to yourself, and they help you keep your promise to yourself, that's what's going to make the relationship great. As opposed to just sex, which is just one simple example of that. You have other examples, like let's say you make a promise to yourself that you're going to finish school before you get married, or that you're going to graduate from college. That's a hard challenge for a lot of people. That's hard to do, to get all the way through. A lot of people drop out of college. So then your boyfriend or girlfriend helps you achieve that goal. That's kind of at the same level as saving yourself till marriage. What that does is it allows us to expand on that view. That helps us apply that principle of saving yourself to a greater audience of people who maybe don't or aren't interested in that, right? Because for all the people that don't care who they have sex with, where do they learn from this? How can they grow? Those people learn and grow by applying this to other promises they have to themselves. Like, I promise to eat right. I promise to exercise. I promise to finish school. I promise to make a certain amount of money. The real question I think people should ask themselves is, am I honoring the promise I made myself in this relationship? The boundaries and the standards that I have for myself, am I honoring those? And is my boyfriend honoring those, or girlfriend, or whoever? Honoring those commitments and promises I made to myself. And if they're not, get out. Because obviously that person is not supportive. So it's kind of a pooper, get off the pot. Can we I guess it's YouTube. I could say shit or get off the pot. Shit or get off the pot. What that means is that they need to either step up to, you know, supply you what you need, or you need to move on, which is exactly what you said. So thanks for posting this. It's a great video. You also talked about sex in a relationship over time and after the honeymoon phase. My number one recommendation, and I give this recommendation all the time, because this is my favorite recommendation, is to read John Gottman's The 5 Love Languages. And if you haven't read that, it is a phenomenal, phenomenal book. And it actually talks about sex, and it talks about these 5 languages that people, it's how they give and receive love. The 5 love languages are acts of service, like cleaning the house, words of affirmation, saying nice things, gifts, touch, and quality time together. So each of us speaks one of these languages primarily, and the reason that couples don't get along is because they're trying to speak 2 different languages. So the sex person, the touch person is trying to get more sex because that's their love language. That's how they feel loved inside. Whereas the quality time person is trying to get more time together, like, you know, let's go to a movie, let's go on a date. But the problem is, the touch person is like trying to give more and more and more touch, and the quality time person's like, I don't want all that touch, like, I don't need it. And meanwhile, the quality time person's like, let's spend more time together, more time. And the touch person is like, this is wasting my time, I'm trying to get laid, or whatever, right? Or massages, or whatever, you know, helps them feel loved. So that's my number one recommendation. If you haven't read that book, it is phenomenal. It's by John Gottman, and there will be a link in the sidebar. Alright, that's it. I am so excited to see your videos, Ferrari Girl. Love you, and I will see you soon. Bye.